Tanoa. When that word is uttered in the Western world, one's mind begins to picture tropical beaches, ancient volcanoes, or sprawling jungles. But for the local inhabitants, only a single word comes to mind: war. Tigers are led by this man, General Ban Sung, an ethnic Chinese, Tanoan-born, highly charismatic figure. He rose to his position under the Tigers' former leader, Chairman Ben Malau, in the early 70s. When the chairman fell ill, Ban Sung took over his duties and soon became a feared and respected leader among the ranks. Today, General Sung rules from a secret and secluded jungle fortress, where he issues his commands to his subordinates. We were graciously allowed to film General Sung, but were blindfolded and transported by his men as not to reveal the location of the Tiger's den. From our short time together, it is rather difficult to just quite pin down this guerrilla leader. He is a man of many facets, though it is impossible to deny he is beloved by his soldiers. They view him almost as a messiah, or perhaps more adequately, a savior. Papava somniferum, otherwise known as the opium poppy. To the average person, they see only a delightful flower, gently swaying in the breeze. However, this particular flower is one of the deadliest in the world. This most atrocious plant is the Mongtai tiger's cash crop. They grow it, refine it, and oversee its arrival to smugglers and traffickers across the world. By the time the opium is processed into heroin, it will arrive in Hong Kong, Istanbul, Buenos Aires and London, amongst others. The guerrillas tell me that they do not grow the heroin for any real financial gain, but instead to fund their efforts in keeping their forces armed and fed and providing supplies to local villages affected by the continued warfare. However, Tanoan officials offer conflicting reports on the matter, stating the Mongtai tigers use their illicit drug finances on expensive luxury goods and prostitutes, though no substantial evidence of these claims have ever been released. Many in the Tanoan government believe Ban Sung to be nothing more than a drug trafficker and warlord, but many of the peasants of Tanoa view him as a saint. While he is a most controversial figure, it cannot be denied he has done his fair share in helping the people of the islands. This man, an elder of his village, says Ban Sung has been a blessing for them. He says the tigers brought food, medicine, and even stability to the region. Others we asked in the capital city of Georgetown say they are afraid of the chaos reaching them in the safety of their metropolis, but otherwise feel some sympathy for the Mongtai tigers. In the end, no matter where on the spectrum of opinions the citizens of the island fell, one opinion clearly shone through. The people of Tanoa are tired of the turmoil. On our final day of filming on the island, we met with the Tanoan Minister of Defense, Kupe Arana. Arana's opinion on the tigers did not differ much to what other government officials told us, but Minister Arana's solution to the fighting was quite extreme. In his own words, "We must eradicate any and all dissent, for with it we shall perish as a nation, but without it we will see a new age of prosperity. There is no world where the warlord Ban Sung and the people like him can peaceably live inside a just and righteous society, and we will never allow that to happen." When asked for comment on the government's aggressive responses to even the smallest of infractions by civilians, Minister Arana stated, "As our forces are stretched thinner by the day due to the continued conflict, we have less time, money and manpower to effectively assess a small percentage of cases. But I personally assure you the complaints of excessive force are blown far out of proportion. If people are so concerned about restoring order, they should rally in the streets against the tigers." I also posed the question of concern over the wanton use of heavy ordnance in repelling the Mongtai tigers and its disregard for the safety of the citizens of the island. Minister Arana replied, "We believe that the amount of force we have used against the rebels is of the utmost necessity. I counter these unnecessary worries with this. Would you rather Ban Song win this war and let the country descend into mayhem and disaster under his dictatorship? I think not." When we reached the minister's office, we noticed a memorial wreath sitting behind his desk. When we questioned him about it, the minister informed us that just a few hours after we left the tiger's den, they ambushed a troop transport truck, firing a rocket-propelled grenade into it, killing all but 2 of the men inside. While I was disturbed by this blatant tragedy and loss of life, I cannot help but to put the deaths in perspective. For this war between rebels and authorities has boiled over for decades, a back and forth, almost a game, if you will, where no real victory for either side can be claimed. Is it the dichotomy of this land, ingrained in the very soil of these gorgeous mountain ranges, or will one day peace be finally obtained? I ponder this to myself on our flight back to England. There is one thing I know for certain, however. In the current era, war still rages onward.